What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. We're gonna play Crimson Desert. We got the latest update for the game as well, and we're gonna be using the RX 9070 XT and the Ryzen 7 9800 X3D. We've got 32 gigabytes of CORSAIR vintage DDR5 6000 megatransfers per second memory with a cache latency of 28. We're playing this on the LG C1 OLED at 4K that supports both FreeSync Premium and G-Sync, and it has a 120 Hz refresh rate. I've got an undervolt on the CPU using the curve optimizer with an offset of -20, and I set a temperature limit of 80 degrees Celsius. I actually got this CPU water cooled. I got a custom loop in there for the CPU but not the GPU, so easy day. All right. So let's jump into this. To God be the glory and blessings to all of you. All right. 4K, no upscaling. No frame gen. HDR on, but this will be an SDR because we're using OBS to record this at 60 frames per second, and the capture card's an Elgato 4KX on its latest firmware update. All right. And we on Windows 11 update of 25H2 or build 25H2. All right, we're gonna play this at high settings so we can try to get that 60 frames per second sweet spot. And let's turn on the advanced water effect though. And we'll see what we get. We may play around with the settings or we may call it good. All right, let's get after it. Let's make sure these settings stay or took. Alright, easy day. We may use a little bit of upscaling, but from what I saw before we jump into this, the upscaling just, for some reason, didn't look as good with the grass and all the foliage as going native. So we may visit it, we may not. Alright. Alright, let's bring over Mr. Afterburner. Alright, let's reset it here. Alright, we are getting 62 frames per second with a current 1% low of 61, an average of 62, and a max of 62. We got 5.2 gigahertz on the CPU and 2.9 gigahertz on the GPU. We are using 39% of the 9800 X3D at 55C and 70 watts there. It just dropped. We're getting full GPU utilization at 67C, 328 watts. I did put a pop-up of GPUZ, CPUZ in there, so you should see who manufactured the memory. I'm not sure. I think it's Micron. All right, or maybe SK Hynix. I can't remember, but it was in the beginning of the game here. All right, we're using 59% of the memory, and it's running at 93C. Yeah, that's pretty toasty. And we're using 65% of the system memory. You can see that we're on the DX12 API, and look at that frame time graph. That's what I'm talking about. And look at the milliseconds in response time compared to the 61 frames per second. All right, let's get after it. I think we're good here. I don't know if we're going to see any combat, but... All right, we do got some NPCs around here, though. So we got a 1% load now, currently at 55, but... look like we getting a little like, oh, we were getting a little pop in on those trees there. Watch. See if it does it again. Looks like a little pop in and maybe a little bit of shimmering. But the trees do not look that good in the distance. All right, let's turn the other way though. Nah, they don't. But you can see other things that detail, like those buildings there. They're pretty detailed. So, all right, looking at the ground. Ground and grass, pretty detailed. Easy day.
I've seen things, friend.
Running out of places to put up the boat.
So I haven't done really any side missions. All right, this is a good area to show the NPCs. Little water reflections don't look too bad there. Maybe it's because it's this time of day with the trees, but the trees just don't. What are you doing? You stuck? The trees just ain't looking. Maybe because it's overcast. Because those leaves over there look pretty good. It might be because of the overcast. Not sure.
I'll judge for myself if the rumors are true.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Approach a group talking about gray mains. These guys. Okay.
Finally, a chance to test my metal against a grey mane.
You're looking for grey mains?
Oh, what do we have here?
Look at this. I think a grey main's gone and found us.
Ah, our lucky day. How much
All
is
right.
Radeon's bounty again?
If that's a give silver. Is your life worth so little?
Enough. I apologize for my men. They may have given you the wrong impression. I am the knight, Matthias. I've long wished to test my skills against a grey mane.
Uh-oh.
What say you? You're here, standing before me. What reason have you to refuse my challenge?
None I can think of.
Indeed. I like this guy.
So it's true what they say. You walk your chosen path, even when staring death in the face. I hope you live up to the legends.
Oh, this guy got a taste
Don't
for
aim to
combat.
disappoint.
Quite the quick tongue.
All right. May have a little something going on here. Uh-oh.
Is your sword arm?
If I die a bunch of times, YouTube, I apologize. Oh, this guy's tough.
You're all grey mane. I call you to combat. This is just a warm-up.
Damn fine strike.
All right, got a little cutscene here. 1% lower, 46. Nice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come closer, buddy. Give you some of this.
I call you to combat.
Over the side he went. Oh, this guy's tough, man. Get out of the way. We got him, YouTube. We got him.
They say Balu's finest swordsman is a grey mane. It was an honor to duel him.
You're not bad yourself.
I had believed I was quite strong, but the world is vast and there are many who are stronger still.
Indeed.
It was a good match, grey mane.
Nice. All right, YouTube. We had a low of 45, an average of 59, and a max of 87 in that little battle there. I would consider that like a mini boss. So Easy day, so we ain't got to make this that long. Great performance out of the 9070XT paired up with the 9800X3D here. Like I said, we got, if you look over there, looks like, if you look in the distance there, that may be, let's just walk over there really quick, see what that is.
Greymane, you're
Oh, we got a
as
cutscene,
remarkable
though.
as I've heard. It appears the clucking of house hens held a kernel of truth. I am Barden Midler, the Marshal of Hernan. I serve Marquis Circus, Lord and Steward of this land. It is an honor to witness such swordsmanship.
What do you want?
Pardon my presumptuousness, but I have come with an urgent request. We're short-handed. We need the help of someone like you, Greymane.
Marshal, I've been meaning to thank you.
Get to the point.
Of late, the peace in this region has been sorely troubled. Brigands run rampant, and despite our best attempts, we've been unable to thwart them. I believe they have a powerful benefactor pulling the strings. However, we have no solid evidence to support this claim. We can't afford further investigation. If you were to lend us your aid, Marquis Circus will be more than pleased.
Sorry, but my priority is finding my comrades. And I'm not sure I'd be much help on my own.
The Marquis is a generous lord. He will surely aid in re-establishing the Greymanes. Until we meet again.
All right. Like I thought I saw something up here shimmering, but it's got dark, so it has gotten dark. But everything looks pretty good. I can definitely play it like this, no problems, no issues at all. And I'm looking forward to actually getting further into the game, but I gotta finish Resident Evil Requiem first. I still got a ways to go on that. Trying to get a little bit of time in, you know, to get some of these things done. But, you know, story for another day. But fantastic performance out of the 9800X3D and the RX 9070XT at cinematic settings with no upscaling at 4K. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. To God be the glory. Blessings to all of you. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Thumbs down if you didn't. Either way, easy day. And have a fantastic day. Later.